Hi guys, what's up YouTube? This is Quick5 Hero here doing just an analysis video, just more or less trying to I guess we were talking about competitive mons, and I just wanted to show one of my friends here a mindset on how I play this game. If nothing else, I think it's just to show my mentality, I guess. I don't know, but I'm just gonna carry on. So here is just a Gen 7 OU match. This is my opponent's team. This is my team. Now, I'm going to tell all my sets. This is a Scarf Infernape, a Soldu Latios with Defog, a Mega Scizor SD with U-Turn, a Wild Charge Coco with Electrium Z, a Life Orb Mixed Chomp with Stealth Rocks, and AV Tank with Rock Slide over Earthquake. Now, looking at his team, I see that he has a Charizard and a Volcarona. Both are very threatening mons, and that he also has Sand to basically get Drill safe and basically be able to Rapid Spin and act as a second cleaner. The reason why I say Rapid Spin is because he has no other real ways of getting hazards off. Ferrothorn, I expect that to be, if not Stealth Rocks, then Spikes, and I expect Greninja to be Greninja. Not exactly sure what set. I was most likely thinking Battle Bond. And basically, my mentality is this team is actually very weak to Zard X. So, one of my main things is to essentially prevent Zard from setting up, or keep Nape alive to basically immediately revenge kill. And I'm also weak to Volcarona because I'm just weak to set up fire, period. So, without further ado, let's get started. And before actually any of that, I decide to lead with Chomp, because if he leads with any of these 5, not including Gren, I can just destroy them. And if he sends out Gren, I have a free switch to tank, or I can it's recording now. I'm about to, like I said, I'm gonna meet out with Chomp, and let's see how things go. So I lead out with Garchomp, and he goes out into Charizard. Now here, I know that this Charizard could be Zard X or could be Zard Y. I'm not 100% sure yet. So I know either way, he's not going to want to stay on the Latios because he doesn't know if I'm Scarfed or not, even if he Dragon Dances. So here he sends out Ferrothorn. And now here I decide to send out Infernape. I decided to send out Infernape instead of Chomp because I don't want him to think that I could be running Fire Blast. I do, but I don't want him to know that. Now here is where things get crucial. He has a Chople Berry, and he actually paralyzes my Infernape, which means everything I told you about, Volcarona, Charizard, I no longer have an answer to them. So my entire game plan is essentially to prevent them from even being able to set up at all. So now he switches out. He goes out to Volcarona as I send out Garchomp. I could have sent out Tangrowth or Scizor, but I decided to send out Garchomp specifically because if he sent out Volcarona on the close combat, I could at least force it not to stay in. Now I'm immediately forced to go for Draco, even though Tyranitar might be safe. I don't want him setting up. And here, I decide to go for Stealth Rocks because that prevents... He basically has prerequisites that he cannot send out Volcarona until he gets Hazard away. So, I'm basically free to click Earthquake here. There's really nothing he can do because if he sends out Zard, he takes a bunch of damage and that puts him in Draco range. So, I'm just going to go for Earthquake. And here, I decide that I need Chomp to not take so much helmet damage, so I go out to Scizor, so that way I don't die to Life Orb from, so I can actually preserve Chomp. So now I'm gonna Mega go onto Scizor, go for U-Turn, and unfortunately that didn't kill, so now I have to go out into Tangrowth. Now here, I have Rock Slide, and they don't know I have Rock Slide. So, my entire thing is I don't need Tangrowth, I just need to have Volcarona not set up. So I'm just gonna go for knockoff here. Take out whatever. Oh, he sends out Excadrill. That's fine. I'm just gonna knock it off and see what it has. It took out the Life Orb, which means, again, Volcarona Z-move, which makes it even scarier. Now, I know Drill's going to go for Rapid Spin. This is fine. I really don't want that Volcarona setting up, but I wanted to think that it can. So, I'm going to go for Giga Drain to try to weaken the Drill. And he sends out a Greninja. I clicked Giga Drain because I didn't want him to know that I have Rock Slide. So I went for Giga Drain, and I'm literally just staying here trying to kill this thing. I don't want to risk any sort of shenanigans, where if I send out Scizor and he sends out Volcarona, I lose the game. So I really can't afford any of those plays. So that's why I'm not doing any sort of switching. I just want to keep this Volcarona here, because he's going to try and set up, and I can hit this thing with a Rock Slide, which is what I do. And now that Volcarona basically is forced to go for Buganium Z and not Quiver Dance. So this Volcarona is basically unable to set up right now. Now I'm able to go out back into Garchomp and threaten it. And like I said, I'm not doing any sort of shenanigans where, oh, I could go for Stealth Rocks. I did go for Stealth Rocks because I knew he would. Now he goes out, I go to Earthquake, and now I basically reset the pressure on that Volcarona, and my Garchomp ends up dead. But that's okay, because now here's the real play. I go out to Scizor because I know he cannot send out Volcarona no matter what. He cannot send out Volcarona. Now, he sends out Tyranitar, which is fine, because I'm just going to Bullet Punch and knock that thing out. He's still forced to go onto Drill, otherwise his Zard would take too much damage and would get Revenge Killed by priority. Now he goes out to Drill, and now here's where I explain my game plan a lot. I Bullet Punch to make sure that it's in weak enough range, and he goes for Rapid Spin, which basically, kills the Drill. Now here is where I really need to do. I need to stall out Sand Turns just enough to where he cannot send back out Drill. Now I go for Roost, and then I go for a U-turn here, and now after this, I'm able to go out to Tapu Koko. And Tapu Koko, thanks to Electrium Z, is able to kill whatever comes in. Now, Tapu Koko gets the thing, he gets poisoned, and now he's going to send out Volcarona. And Volcarona cannot take an Electrium Z Thunderbolt, which basically means that, yes, my team is very weak to Volcarona. If I played this like a standard match, I would have lost. Like, if I was just not thinking turns ahead. But this entire match, I was thinking, don't let the Volcarona set up. So this is why I made all these like really specific plays. And here's another example. I would lose at that Zard X. I'm pretty sure that was Zard Y. But just in case, I clicked Taunt, because that would prevent him from Dragon Dancing, and I could just win with Latios. So, yeah. It may have wasted a Koko, but that's fine, because now I'm able to just go out to Lottie and kill this thing with Air Slash, with Psyshock. And that's the game. And basically, just to explain things, I specifically, my entire game plan was to not let Volcarona and Charizard set up. And every single turn I made, not just, like the reason why I didn't send out Scizor versus Greninja was specifically to make sure that Volcarona could not get a setup at all. So I was thinking like turns ahead, and that's how I play. And yeah, does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, great. So that's it, guys. Rate, comment, sub, peace.